The yellow lights are off, getting set to go. Matt Morrow has set the pace. We'll start him at the white line in turn number 4. Getting set to go. Matt Morrow, Jerry Richard Jr. in row number 1, working to the white line. It's showtime! Duck and dive, they go into turn number 1. Matt Morrow on the pedal down the back straightaway, your race leader. Remember, the top 4 cars transfer on. Right now, you got a battle for 4th. The 104 plus octane boost car, Jeff Swindell, and the Casey's General Store sprinter, Darren Pittman, both battling for that 4th and final transfer. Swindell out of the bottom side of Kane. Also upstairs, here comes Darren Pittman. Darren Pittman now up into the 3rd spot. Casey Kane running 4th in that Gertie Engines 8H. Your leader, it's Matt Morrow. Morrow driving that Tony Morrow auto body, AC Delco, Midwest Radiator 2M, way out front in your first Napa Heat Race event. Jeff Swindell running 2nd, Darren Pittman 3rd, Casey Kane 4th. Then it's Craig Dolansky, Jerry Richard Jr. The top 4 cars transfer on. Matt Morrow with that Modine Radiators. AC Delco car number 2 working the cushion through turns 1 and 2. Shows the way past the Hall of Fame and down the back chute. The 104 plus octane boost car of Jeff Swindell working 2nd. Running 3rd in the Casey's General Stores. Housby Trucks car number 47. That's Darren Pittman. Running 4th in the Energy Release. Gertie Engines. Contractor Redline Oil. Car number 8H is Casey Kane. The top 4 cars transfer on, currently running 5th. Not yet on tonight's feature. Driving the Midwest Underground, Polydome, car number 7. That's Craig Dolansky, 1 spot away. Now Darren Pittman up to challenge off turn number 2. Your race for 2nd starting to form as the white flag waves. Matt Morrow bringing it through turn number 2 for the final time. Oh, Jeff Swindell losing the left rear tire. Darren Pittman narrowly escaping him. Here comes the field. Pittman to 2nd, Kane to 3rd, and Dolansky up to 4th. Checker flag waves for your winner, Matt Morrow. Darren Pittman running 2nd, Casey Kane 3rd, Craig Dolansky running 4th.
And then Andy Hillenburg in the 2, the 25 of Lee Nelson, 1Y Scott Young, and the 5T of Mark Taves. Tatnall and Walraven now begin to pick up the pace. They cross the chalk stripe, the green flag waves, and Napa Heat Race number 2 is underway. Tatnall down on the bottom. Walraven goes to the high side, trying to take the lead as they come off of turn number 2. Tatnall and Walraven side by side. Tatnall with the advantage. Here comes the Quaker State 11 of Steve Kinser. Kinser up on the cushion, entering turn number 3. It brings it back down in front of the 56 of Walraven. Kinser's up to 2nd now. Andy Hillenburg charging on the bottom side of the speedway. Remember, he had a poor, vibrant qualifying effort. Needs to get into the top 4 to transfer directly to the A-main this evening. And Terry McCarl takes 3rd away from Chris Walraven. Andy Hillenburg tries to follow him into 4th, but can't make the move. And Walraven, meanwhile, able to hold on to 3rd off of turn number 4. Brooke Tatnall with 7/10 of a second the advantage last time he crossed the stripe. Steve Kinser running 2nd now. Great racing for 3rd, 4th, and 5th between Walraven, McCarl, and Andy Hillenburg. McCarl down to the inside of Walraven, slides up to the cushion, takes the racing groove away, and here comes Hillenburg by both of them. Andy Hillenburg up to 3rd, a great move in the Luxair number 2. Tatnall, Steve Kinser, Andy Hillenburg, Terry McCarl, your top 4. Right now racing for 5th between Randy Anderson, Chris Walraven, and Skip Jackson. Skip Jackson to the inside of Clarion, Iowa's Randy Anderson takes over the 6th spot, now sets his sights on Walraven. They'll go wheel to wheel entering turns 3 and 4. Walraven on top, Skip Jackson on the bottom. That is your race right now for the 5th position. We've got 6 laps down, 2 laps remaining in Napa Heat Race number 2. Jackson again tries to take 5th away from Walraven. Walraven with the momentum on top, but Jackson makes the move work off of turn number 2. White flag flying for race leader Brooke Tatnall. Tatnall works the cushion off of turn number 2. Leads Steve Kinser down the back straightaway. 1.5 seconds the advantage as they took the white flag. Final turn, final time. Napa Heat Race victory goes to the Kelly & Associates 7K of Brooke Tatnall. Steve Kinser second at the stripe in the Quaker State 11. Andy Hillenburg third. Kerry McCarl in the fourth and final transfer spot.
All right, edging around, turns 3 and 4. Lance Blevins with the early advantage as they head down the back straightaway. A lot of cars going 8 laps, top 4 advancing on to tonight's A feature. Gobrecht in that car, number 93. Right away moves into the 4th spot as Tim Schaefer down the back straightaway challenges for the lead on Lance Blevins. Down on the inside is Schaefer, looking not going to have quite enough that time. Schaefer in that vibrant car. Plenty of steam down there, and he's got it working on the inside. Blevins still the race leader. Gilbrick working on that 2K car, Kevin Fry. Had a good race right up front for the lead. Some racing on back in the field. Looks like Leonard Lee working for position back there as he gets by Bolino. Lambert also working down on the inside, working on Dennis Moore Jr. and the top 4. Working in 2 groups right now, and again, John Lambert and Dennis Moore Jr. doing a little battle in that bottom side of the racetrack, working nicely for a few of the drivers anyway right now, with some of them trying it earlier on here in the heat events. Race leader, still Lance Blevins in the PCJoey.com Sprinter. That second turn, just a little tricky. Some of them getting up a little bit high, and they're getting it figured out now. Lance Blevins and Tim Schaefer, Kevin Fry in at third, and leader down on the front straightaway. Lance Blevins slowing. No idea as what happened there. The yellow coming out. Schaefer. Gobrecht right away, dives down on the inside and can't quite keep the momentum up down there. Kevin Fry in the 2 as they head down the back straightaway. Now the field is closed with that yellow flag coming out last time, and this time the white flag is out. Schaefer, Fry, Gobrecht, and Jamie Moyle looking to transfer, and Dennis Moore Jr. now in the 71 up to hit the cushion. Leonard Lee now goes side by side down the back straightaway. Leonard Lee trying on the outside, the checkered this time down, Tim Schaefer.
Larry Pinegar and Sammy Swindell sitting on row number 1. Donny, Schatz, and Stevie Smith, row 2. Johnny Herrera, Cram, 3. 4th row, Weave and Droud. Robertson and Barr to the white line in 4. Your Napa 4th heat. Here we go. Sammy Swindell right away goes to the cushion, takes the lead off turn number 2. Larry Pinegar running 2nd, Stevie Smith 3rd, Donny Schatz in that 4th and final transfer. Don Droud Jr., then Bob Weave, then your battle back in there for position, Travis Cram and Johnny Herrera. Remember, the top 4 cars will transfer on into the feature. Donny Schatz driving that Parker Store, Blue Beacon Schatz Crossroad, car number 15, running 4th. Don Droud Jr., 5th. Travis Cram, 6th. 7th is Johnny Herrera. Bob Weave, 8th. 9th is Bill Robertson. And Butch Barr rounds out your field. Sammy Swindell, your race leader off turn number 4, driving that Channel Lock Stealth, car number 1. The Brady Truck 11L, Larry Pinegar running 2nd. 3rd is the car number 19, the Ingersoll Rand Club Car Bobcat Sprinter. And running in that 4th and final transfer, the Parker Stores, Blue Beacon, Schatz Crossroads, car number 15, that's Donny Schatz. Droud Jr. running in that 5th spot. Travis Cram 6th. Johnny Herrera back in 7th in that Klein Engines 1BK. Sammy Swindell hooked up in Holland in that Channel Lock Stealth car number 1. Your leader off turn 4. Here he comes. Bob Weave pulls his car to the infield, the car number 19. Sammy Swindell, your race leader, working through turns 3 and 4. This time by the white flag will wave. 1 to go for Sammy Swindell. Larry Pinegar running 2nd. Stevie Smith 3rd. Donny Schatz 4th. 5th is Droud Jr. Travis Cram. Johnny Herrera. Bill Robertson. If you'd be so kind, put your hands together off turn 4. Your winner, Sammy Swindell. Larry Pinegar coming home 2nd. 3rd is Stevie Smith. 4th, Donny Schatz.
The 41B scheduled, but I don't see him out there. Nick Bellino of Omaha, Nebraska. So 2, 4, 6, 8 cars in this one. And as Johnny mentioned, the top 3 advancing on and competing in tonight's B main. Mitrisin and Bill McCroskey in that 1X car, but right now Jeff Mitrisin down the back straightaway. Mark Taves up on the high side, moves into 2nd. Here comes Brent Antill now, down on the inside, trying for 3rd. Got it! It's Mitrisin the leader. Taves in at 2nd. Antill races 3rd. Top 3 once again advancing on to tonight's B main. In that 4 spot, the 1Y of Scott Young and the 1W follows him of Tim Munson. Leader, Jeff Mitrisin, the 5J. Well, Jeff Mitrisin out in front, the leader, grabbing it on that early green flag. Taves in at 2nd, and 3rd is Brent Antill. Young rounding out the top 4, but the first 3 cars will advance to the B. And the field stretching out just a little bit now, so if Scott Young wants to pick up and go to that B main, he's going to have to get up there and catch those first 3 cars. Taves in at 2nd in the Northern Tool sponsored car, right behind Mitrisin. McCroskey back in the field, as is Westerkamp. And Jeff Mitrisin. If he had a problem earlier, it appears he's got that sorted out. He's got that car working well. So Jeff Mitrisin getting through there with just under 17-second laps, his best time on this event so far, but right now not having to push things too hard as he currently sits in that number 1 spot here. Jeff Mitrisin, the 5J, going by the front straightaway right now. Mark Taves in the 5T. And the 1 of Brent Antill. Young dropping out, and now Munson in the 1W. Coming up to the 4 spot. And this time down, white flag for Jeff Mitrisin. Mark Taves and Brent Antill. Those 3 cars well out in front here on this C feature. And this time down, the checkered flag getting set to come out. How about a nice hand for Jeff Mitrisin?
The yellow lights are off. Get set deep in your seat. Hang on to your hats. Put down your Coke. Grab your Budweiser. We get set to go with the Channel Lock Dash. Here we go. Mark Kinser showing the way into turn number 2. Danny Lasoski working 2nd. Haudenschild 3rd. Here comes Steve Kinser up to 4th. Tyler Walker. Then Darren Pittman. Now Steve Kinser moves to the high side of Haudenschild, takes over the 3rd spot. Hods goes back to 4th. Tyler Walker now on the move, driving the Sepp Walker Engineering 35. Now ducks to the bottom side, taking a look at Haudenschild. Reels him in down the back chute into turn number 3. They both go to the bottom side. Here comes Tyler Walker. They'll race side by side off turn 4. Haudenschild with the advantage. Your leader, it's Mark Kinser. Mark Kinser driving the Mopar Performance Park. Mopar Performance Parts, Wirtgen Williams, Durst, car number 5M, your race leader. Danny Lasoski running second in the Beef Packers Southwest Hyde Natco Tools, car number 83. Steve Kinser running third in the Quaker State Franklin Power Products Maxim 11. This time by, the white flag's out for Mark Kinser. Mark Kinser off turn number 2 for the final time. Lasoski, then Steve Kinser, Haudenschild, Pittman, and Walker. This time by the checker's out for the Mopar car, Mark Kinser. Danny Lasoski running second, Steve Kinser third, Haudenschild fourth, Darren Pittman, and then it's Tyler Walker.
Well, Channel Lock Dash victory, and you're starting on the pole for the first of the Twin 25-lap A-Main events tonight. Mark, you did it from the outside in the Channel Lock Dash, and you're going to be starting on the inside here for the first A-Main. Is it going to make a difference?
Well, it's hard to say. They got a few more laps to put on the track. Right now, probably preferably, I'd rather start on the top side, but with this dirt track racing, it can change quite a bit. Mopar's got a lot of torque, so if we can grab a little bit of moisture, we might come out with the lead, but I tell you, Danny's awful tough.
Talk a little bit about the changing lines on this racetrack. Last night we saw a great duel between you and Danny Lasoski working different grooves on the racetrack. What's it going to be this evening? Is there going to be a preference, or is it going to be pretty much anywhere you want to put the car?
Well, I think in the first race, you might be able to pick your line, whether it be the top or the bottom, but in the second race with the invert, you'll just have to go wherever they're not. We'll just make the best of it. I'd like to touch on one thing. They had a real nice little church service today with Chapter Bob and with the Pittman family. We really enjoyed ourselves today. It was very uplifting.
So, we'll get them reset here and try it once more, side by side. Restart. Hopefully they'll stay that way until they get past that white line. If not, that yellow will reappear again. Around 3 and 4. This time green is out again, and on the outside, that one BK. Of Johnny Herrera, and he moves up to 4th. They're 3 wide now, 2 down the back straightaway. Jackson on the inside in the 55. Skip Jackson now comes to the lead. Walraven in at second. Everybody scrambling, trying to get up there to be one of the top 4. Jeff Swindell now working on Jerry Richard Jr. side by side into the turn. Swindell, the red 104 plus car, trying for 4th, has to drop back and in line ended 5th. Johnny Herrera right now races 3rd, and Skip Jackson trying to put that luggage away and check out. And this one, he's well out in front, the race leader in the 55. In at 2nd, the 56 of Walraven. Cram and Paulus on the outside is Jeff Swindell. And Johnny Herrera now comes to the inside and makes a pass for 2nd, perhaps on Walraven if he can hang on to it. He's got it. Johnny Herrera now in at 2nd and trying to close in on the race leader, Skip Jackson. Jeff Swindell now comes to 3rd. Walraven comes off the cushion, trying to get the spot back, can't do it that time. Jerry Richard Jr. in the 10. Just a spot out of the feature right now. Paulus in the 28 car. And now Travis Cram down the back straightaway. Needs a spot or 2 to make the feature as well, and is working on it. In turns 3 and 4, 2, maybe 3 wide now. Paulus, and now slowing is Jerry Richard Jr. at the halfway point. And someone else slowing in turn 3, Scott Whitworth, and that will bring out the yellow. Just past the halfway point as they edge around turns 3 and 4. Droud also in the mix there. And right away, Jackson challenged for the lead down the back straightaway. Johnny Herrera. Mark Taves, the back of the field now, working on some cars back there. And you've got a new leader. Whoa, close racing down the front straightaway. You've got a new leader. It's Johnny Herrera down the back straightaway. And now Jeff Swindell working on Skip Jackson for second. Anderson still fourth with a little bit of time left to go. Anderson and Droud. Paulus drops a spot now as Jeff Swindell continues to work on the 55 of Skip Jackson down the back straightaway. Mitrisin back in the field working on Brent Antill. White flag, Johnny Herrera in the Klein engine car. White flag, one more, and now a half a lap for the race leader. Any challenges for that fourth spot have got to come quickly now. Checkered flag coming out, Johnny Herrera.
Yellow lights are off. Mark Kinser sets the pace. Danny Lasoski outside, row number 1. The Mopar Performance Parts working away on reserves. Works them to the wide line. Bring them on. Let's go racing. On the button is Mark Kinser. Here comes Lasoski. No doing. Mark Kinser says, I'm going to lead lap number 1. Brings him through turns 3 and 4. Here comes your race leader, Mark Kinser. Danny Lasoski running second, Haudenschild third, Steve Kinser fourth, Darren Pittman. Oh, look out! Holy cow! Donny Schatz hangs onto the handles and brings it down the back chute. Stevie Smith now up to challenge Tim Schaefer, and Tyler Walker working off turn 4. There's your battle in the field. Danny Lasoski about 6 car lengths behind Mark Kinser, race leader. Haudenschild running third, Steve Kinser running fourth. Now Tim Schaefer moves around Tyler Walker into turn number 3. Darren Pittman, then it's Schaefer, Walker, Stevie Smith, Terry McCarl, and Kevin Gobrecht. Mark Kinser, your race leader, comes off turn 4. Here he comes down the front chute side. Danny Lasoski still running second. Haudenschild running third. Steve Kinser fourth. Darren Pittman running fifth. In your battle for 6, side by side, racing through turn 2. Tyler Walker. Now Tim Schaefer up to challenge into turn 3. Schaefer ducks to the bottom side. Now files back up on the cushion. Tyler Walker showing the way as Stevie Smith moves around Terry McCall off turn 4. Kevin Gobrecht now up to challenge McCarl on the bottom side of turn number 1. Here comes Donny Schatz, moves around Gobrecht, taking a look at Terry McCarl down the back chute. Donny Schatz moves up in a nice spot. Terry McCarl back into 10th. Tyler Walker now trying to close on Darren Pittman down the back chute. Your leaders come off turn 4. Now Lasoski closing in on Mark Kinser as they come into traffic. 2 car lengths separate the top 2 cars. Mark Kinser works the cushion by the Hall of Fame. Here comes Danny Lasoski working on traffic and Jamie Moyle. They both go to the cushion by the scoreboard. Here comes your leaders. Tim Schaefer also still on the move. Keep your eye on that battle. Tim Schaefer currently running 7th in that Vibra Nicodem CQ Selma Shell car number 11H. Donny Schatz puts the pressure on Stevie Smith through turn number 2, but Smith says not so this time as he pulls away from Donny Schatz. Your leader, Mark Kinser, down the back chute now entering into turn 3. Heavy traffic. Lasoski works the cushion at turn 3, trying to close in 4. Now working through traffic. Mark Kinser by the flag stand. Danny Lasoski still running 2nd. Now Haudenschild up to 3rd. Steve Kinser running 4th. 5th is Darren Pittman. Then Tyler Walker, and a little smoke coming off the 11H as the 11H of Tim Schaefer now moves around Tyler Walker for position. That moves Tim Schaefer up into the 6th position. Still your race up for the top spot. Mark Kinser and Danny Lasoski working through turns 3 and 4 as they're into traffic. Lasoski now moves his line to the bottom of the speedway. Mark Kinser still running high, then ducks low as he enters low into turn 1. Tim Schaefer really starting to huff the smoke as he comes off turn number 2 down the back chute. Darren Pittman, then it's Tyler Walker, Stevie Smith, Donny Schatz, Sammy Swindell, Terry McCarl, Kevin Gobrecht, and Brooke Tadnall as they work through traffic, your leader. Oh, and really starting to smoke, Tim Schaefer, that Vibrant 11H really starting to smoke. Here they come off turn 4, your leader, Mark Kinser, and he's got company. It's the name of Danny Lasoski. Nose to tail racing off turn number 2. Your race for the lead. Mark Kinser, Danny Lasoski. Then it's a ways back to 3rd and Haudenschild. But your leader coming off turn 4. Here they come. It's Mark Kinser. Mark Kinser, Danny Lasoski, Haudenschild, Steve Kinser, Tim Schaefer, Tyler Walker, Darren Pittman, Stevie Smith, Donny Schatz, and Terry McCarl, your top 10. Sammy Swindell now up to challenge McCarl as they race through turn number 2. Lasoski really moving in on Mark Kinser down the back straightaway. Into turn number 3, you race for the lead. Mark Kinser down to the bottom side. Check that. Danny Lasoski to the bottom side of Mark Kinser. Mark Kinser holding off Danny Lasoski as they go into turn number 2. Still heavy traffic ahead. Mark Kinser working through the turn nicely. Danny Lasoski up to challenge one more time. They got him held up through 3 and 4. Your leader heavy into traffic to the high side around lap cars. Danny Lasoski trying to make his move, but unable to do so as Mark Kinser picks off the lap cars. Now extending a little bit of lead over Danny Lasoski down the back straightaway. Haudenschild still running in that 3rd spot. Steve Kinser 4th. Tim Schaefer 5th. Mark Kinser with the Mopar car flying high tonight in that 5M. Mark Kinser shows the way. 20 laps are down, 5 to go. No cars between Mark Kinser and Lasoski as Lasoski again closes on the bottom side. Off turn 4, keep your eye up front. Mark Kinser now goes to the bottom to protect his line as they're held up in a little bit of traffic. Mark Kinser, Danny Lasoski down the back straightaway off turn 2. Lasoski gets a great run on Mark Kinser into turn number 3 and 4. Up alongside, they bump wheels. You race for the lead. You got a new leader. It's Danny Lasoski. Danny Lasoski in the Beef Packers Southwest Hide Matco Tools. Car number 83 shows the way. Mark Kinser now back into the 2nd spot. Holy cow, folks. I think we got a Jim Dandy. Danny Lasoski now lapping Sammy Swindell, who currently runs 12th. Down the back straightaway they go into turn number 3. Lasoski works the cushion in traffic. Then there's 3 or 4 lap cars. So your second runner, it's Mark Kinser. 3rd place is Jack Haudenschild as the white flag flies. Your first feature underway. 1 more lap to go, now about a half a lap. Danny Lasoski working through turn 3 and 4. Everybody up! Here comes your winner! Off turn number 4. The checker flag will wave. The dude, Danny Lasoski.
Once again, side by side into turn number 3. Larry Pinegar and Randy Anderson. Again, they pick up the pace. We are racing down the front straightaway. Larry Pinegar is your early leader. Here comes Johnny Herrera on the top side in the Burger King machine, trying to get the momentum up. It's still Pinegar down the back straightaway. Herrera, Delansky, and Anderson. Now Herrera down to the bottom, slides up. We may have a new race leader out of turn number 4. They're side by side to the stripe. Herrera gets credited with the lead. It's Larry Pinegar trying to get the lead back now. He goes down to the bottom in 3 and 4. Can't make the pass work there. Craig Delansky up to 3rd in the Polydome number 7 with Randy Anderson 4th, Jeff Swindell 5th, Brooke Tatnall 6th. Now, Craig Delansky in the Polydome number 7 up to 2nd. Here comes Pinegar right back at him. Slide jobs being traded all over the speedway. Battle for 2nd, the most intense on the speedway right now. Some contact down the front straightaway. Larry Pinegar off the pace in the 11L. And Tyler Walker with no place to go got up high and got upside down. We go green, down to the bottom goes Craig Delansky to try to take the lead from Johnny Herrera. That move is unsuccessful. Here comes the 104 plus octane boost machine of Jeff Swindell to take 3rd away from Randy Anderson. Brooke Tatnall now makes his way by Anderson into the 4th spot. Here come Gobrecht and Sammy Swindell. It's Johnny Herrera in command, the Burger King entry. Delansky, Jeff Swindell, Brooke Tatnall. Steve Kinser up to 13th. Sammy Swindell running 6th. Now Andy Hillenburg to the inside of Sammy Swindell. Nearly some contact there in turn number 4. Close racing all over the Knoxville Raceway. Johnny Herrera checking out in the Burger King number 1 BK. His advantage 3.2 seconds as he crosses the stripe to complete lap number 7. Kevin Gobrecht down to the inside of Brooke Tatnall. A battle for 4th into turns 3 and 4. Tatnall up on the cushion. Gobrecht down on the bottom. Gobrecht takes the spot as they cross the stripe. Brooke Tatnall right back after the driver from New Oxford, Pennsylvania, as Gobrecht and Tatnall battle. Meanwhile, a flat right rear tire on the Jensen Construction 55 of Skip Jackson. Jackson slowing in turn number 2. Skip Jackson pulls at pit side. We remain under green flag conditions. Race leader Johnny Herrera about to start working lap traffic. Mark Kinser up to 12th. Great side-by-side racing for 5th between Sammy Swindell and Kevin Gobrecht. Gobrecht on the bottom, Swindell up on the cushion, wheel-to-wheel off at turn number 2. Problems for Jeff Swindell, a left rear tire shredding on the 104 plus octane boost machine. Swindell going very slowly in turn number 3. Caution flag waves. Back under the green, Sammy Swindell up to the top side, trying to take 3rd away from Brooke Tatnall. Tatnall on the bottom, Swindell up high. Sammy can't do anything with a 3-time World Series Sprint Car champion off of turn number 2. This time tries a slide job in 3 and 4. And that's the move that's going to work for the 3-time Outlaw champion, Sammy Swindell. Herrera, Delansky, Sammy Swindell, Brooke Tatnall fourth. Great racing for fifth now between Hillenburg and Steve Kinser and Kevin Gobrecht, as Gobrecht, Kinser, and Hillenburg nearly 3 wide off of turn number 2. Kevin Gobrecht charging forward in the Amico number 93, ducks down to the inside of Brooke Tatnall, and Gobrecht will take over fourth. Mark Kinser up to sixth in the Mopar 5M. Caution flag waving. Tim Schaefer sideways in the Vibrant 11H at the entrance to turn number 3. Racing once again, Mark Kinser trying to work right in the middle of the speedway. Couldn't do anything with Gobrecht and Tatnall. Meanwhile, Tatnall to the outside of Gobrecht sets his sights on Sammy Swindell. Battle for fourth between Brooke Tatnall and Kevin Gobrecht. Gobrecht to the bottom takes the position away. Here comes Mark Kinser with a slide job on the Kelly & Associates 7K. Kinser's in the top 5. Andy Hillenburg follows Mark Kinser into 6th. Steve Kinser up to 7th. Now by the Luxair number 2 of Andy Hillenburg, Steve Kinser to 6th. Mark Kinser closing in on 4th place, running Kevin Gobrecht. Gobrecht down to the bottom, Kinser way up high where Fonzie used to live. And Kinser makes the pass. Thank you, Bobby Gerald. Mark Kinser up to 4th. Herrera, the last time they crossed the stripe, had 1.9 seconds over 2nd place running Craig Delansky. Footing getting a little treacherous exiting turn number 2. A lot of cars getting way up close to that guardrail. Steve Kinser wheel to wheel with Kevin Gobrecht, a battle for 5th into turn number 3. Look at Mark Kinser work right in the middle of the speedway. Amazing traction out of the Mopar 5M. Mark is closing on Sammy Swindell and Craig Delansky. White flag flying, however, half a mile to go. Looks like Johnny Herrera in control. Battle for 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th shaping up. Sammy Swindell ducks to the inside of Craig Delansky, makes the pass stick there. Johnny Herrera is the winner. Sammy Swindell 2nd, Delansky 3rd, Mark Kinser 4th.
No, it's not bad. We had a good year out of balance, and it was shaking me out of the car. It kind of cost us even a shot at winning, I think. But my guys did a great job all weekend, and we're happy.
Things looking pretty good as far as the team. We talked yesterday when you had the quick time. It's been kind of an up and down roller coaster month for you guys in the last month, but looks like things are finally starting to come back together again.
Well, we hope so. It had nothing to do with our team. It's just uncertain circumstances that happened to us, and that's part of racing, and that's why we love the sport.
Danny, hopefully we got one more Outlaw show. We'll get you on that one maybe, and maybe again in August.
Well, that's everybody's goal that's here tonight, is win that one in August. And I'll tell you from experience, it's the greatest thing I ever do, and we'd sure like to do it again.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, the first feature winner for tonight's Iowa Ethanol Classic event, Danny, the dude Lasoski. Get back over here on the other side. You caught me off guard. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of your second feature event for tonight, Johnny Herrera. Johnny, a couple laps into the race, with the exception of a few yellows and a red, it's kind of a smooth sail for you guys tonight on the second feature.
Well, yeah, we got to start towards the front there, that second one. I'd much rather run further up front in the first one, but we just struggled all night long. But luckily, we made some changes there for that second feature, and the guys got the car a lot nicer for us, and it finally rolled around the corner like it should. All night we just struggled with it.
You guys got ready to push off last night. Something wasn't right. What happened to the car last night?
Well, we never found anything. It just motor shut off. We never found anything. The guys changed a bunch of things. They put a different motor in, changed several things on the race car. Didn't do it tonight, but we just struggled getting the car, like I said, getting the car going. We qualified bad. We just couldn't get going in the heat race. Actually, really, we won the B, but we weren't very good there, and we didn't feel good all night. But like I said, the guys made some changes for that second one and finally got the car feeling like a race car should feel.
You guys are starting to come up on the heavy schedule time of the year. You guys got a race again tomorrow night, and starting to get closer to that money month as it comes up here, and things starting to come together for you guys.
Well, yeah, they've been going pretty good for us all year. The Networks Burger King car has been going pretty good all year. Exception, we've had about 4 or 5 DNFs, but we've won 3 races. Been running pretty consistent. But it seems like when we're not running consistent, we're just horrible. So, like you noticed tonight. But we ended up getting that second feature win, and that's good for the guys and everybody involved.
All right, Johnny. Look forward to seeing you back.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, your 2 feature winners for this weekend's Iowa Ethanol Classic from Dover, Missouri, the dude Danny Lasoski, and driver of the 1BK